On his very first day on the job, the caregiver poured hot water on his boss's legs, just to test whether he really couldn't feel anything. Just to catch a glimpse of the cute secretary, he smeared food right onto the boss's face. He didn't like how the man's mustache looked, so he gave him makeovers, like this, that, and even something like this. During training sessions, he was either snoring or spacing out. When lifting the boss into the wheelchair, he nearly dropped him. At night, when the boss tried to answer a phone call, the aide handed him the receiver without thinking, completely forgetting the man was paralyzed from the neck down. Yet strangely, instead of firing him, the boss gave him a salary many times higher than others, because somehow, these two men from completely different worlds ended up becoming best friends for life. The boss, Philip, was once a billionaire, but a skydiving accident left him permanently paralyzed. His wife passed away shortly after. Philip decided to hire a personal caregiver. Many qualified candidates came forward. Some were Ivy League graduates, others had years of experience, but Philip turned them all down. Instead, he chose Jack, a streetwise hustler. Truth was, Jack knew nothing about caregiving. In fact, he'd just gotten out of jail. After serving time for assault, he only showed up for the job interview to get a letter of rejection, so he could collect government assistance. But Philip saw something in him. He offered Jack a 1-month trial period, and told him to think it over. The next morning, Jack showed up at the mansion, only looking for a signature on that dismissal letter, but the butler gave him a tour instead, showing off luxurious rooms filled with expensive staff. What truly caught Jack's eye, though, was the sparkling white bathroom. Back home, he didn't even have a working bathtub. When he met Philip again, he expected to be sent packing. Instead, Philip offered him the job. Along with that 1-month trial, Jack accepted on the spot. What he didn't realize was that it was because of his indifference, his refusal to pity Philip, that Philip felt respected for the first time in years. Still, Jack was inexperienced. He kept messing things up. He'd fall asleep during training. Once, he used foot cream as shampoo, and wondered why it didn't lather, and he constantly forgot that Philip couldn't move. But over time, Philip began to notice something different in Jack. Everyone else around him walked on eggshells, afraid to offend or make mistakes. With Jack, he could laugh, relax, and for the first time since the accident, he felt like a normal person again. One day, Philip wanted to go to an art exhibit. The caravan pulled up, but Jack refused. "No way am I loading you in there like cargo," he said. He yanked off the tarp and revealed a Maserati sitting in the garage. "Leaving this thing here is a damn waste." He was determined to bring back some speed and excitement. Friends warned Philip to fire Jack. After all, he had a criminal record, and came from one of the roughest neighborhoods. They said someone like him had no compassion, but that's exactly what Philip wanted. It was Jack's laid-back attitude that made Philip. Jack never treated him like a disabled person. Then one night, Philip suddenly started gasping for breath. Without hesitation, Jack rushed to his side. He placed a warm towel on Philip's forehead, calmly told him not to panic, and pushed him through the empty 4 a.m. streets of Paris. The fresh air helped Philip breathe easier. Philip explained it was called phantom limb pain. "It feels," he said, "like throwing a cold steak into boiling oil." Jack didn't say much. He just kept pushing the chair, not knowing how to respond. Jack stayed quiet until Philip said something unexpected. "You passed the trial. You're officially hired." That day, Jack discovered Philip had a pen pal. They'd been writing letters for 6 months, but had never met in person. Jack could tell Philip really liked her, so he picked up the phone and dialed, despite Philip's protests. But the moment she answered, Philip lit up and started chatting away. After hanging up, though, he fell into a funk. She wanted to see a photo of him. Excited, Jack started flipping through pictures. "This one looks good. You look sharp in your chair." But Philip quietly swapped it out for a photo of himself when he was still healthy. He was afraid she'd reject him if she knew the truth.